Hello, this is Sekchun Bernard. You have heard of the Beatles, and in 1968 the Beatles moved away from their use of drugs and tried transcendental meditation instead. They traveled to India to explore this type of meditation with a Maharishi, or a sage named Mahesh, a Hindu yogi. Transcendental meditation is said to promote relaxed awareness, stress relief, self-development, and to achieve a higher states of consciousness. It came from a Hindu background involving the silent repetition of a mantra or a sound. Mantra is a sacred utterance believed by those who practice it to have spiritual powers. An example of mantra is the sound Om. It is spelled A-U-M. It is said to be the first sound in Hinduism, and for them the sound represents the essence or quality of the absolute divine reality. Well, the Beatle George Harrison, who had spent time with meditation and with the Hindu yogis, then came up with the song My Sweet Lord. It is a form or rendition of a mantra for the Hindu god Hare Krishna. And then he added Hallelujah, which is used in praise of God in Judaism and Christianity. The idea for the song first came up for Harrison while touring in Europe in December of 1969, after hearing Edwin Hawkins' gospel arrangement O Happy Day, which was an international hit that year. What George Harrison and the Beatles went through are common struggles. Humans are generally restless by nature. We need to find out who we are and where we come from. There is that constant struggle to find meaning in life. George Harrison and the Beatles tried drugs, religion, and had much success in music. I'm sure they know there is a God, for they do sing about God. However, do they know the only one true God, Jesus or Yeshua? When God placed restlessness within us and we fail to search for Him, we miss out on the chance to know Him better, to forge a relationship with Him. By all means, check out the religions that interest you. However, Yeshua is the only one whom we have scientific proofs in relics with his blood and cardiac cells to back up our claim that he is the Son of God. This past December, I was at Sacred Heart Retreat House in Colorado for an 8 days silent retreat, guided by a spiritual director whom I meet with every morning to go through my encounter with God. This is to deepen a greater intimacy with God so as to love Him more deeply and follow Him more closely. My day was spent reflecting on scriptures, adoration at the tabernacle where Christ is present, and walking among nature, watching the birds, gazing at the clouds, the blue sky, the setting sun, and at night time waiting for shooting stars and looking at the moon. Was up and about at varying times of the day and night, searching out, reaching out to God, talking and listening to Him. There is an ease to receive the joys and achieve a close connection with God when there is no distraction from the outside world. You do not have to be a Catholic to visit the retreat house. This is a sacred place which allows for an individual seeking and connection with God. However, know that God can be found anywhere. At the end of the retreat, I connected with a nun who invited my wife and myself for her perpetual vow this past week. It is with great joy to witness a person giving her entire life to God to serve Him fully. There were about 400 people present at the convent, and some have become close to God through her influence. From this group, I hear that there are a few contemplating the religious life. When we have found God, there is an awe which connects us to God, giving our lives to Him, even when we have to give up the things of the world. God bless.